Hey man, welcome to Between the Lines. I'm going to ask you a favor right up front. Like and subscribe. We're going to bring you information you may not be hearing anywhere else.
Comment information about your area that we need to report on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you guys got stories that we're not aware of because there's local stories, yeah, send it to us.
Or ask us questions.
Yeah, definitely. So Gina, what kind of great information do you have today?
Today, let's report on mRNA jabs now headed for shrimp.
Wow.
Evidently, an Israel-based company secured $8.25 million in funding from venture capitalists for its oral RNA-based shrimp jab.
Oh, I was wondering how they're going to do that. It's oral.
I say jab, but
It's oral. That's how I wondered how they were going to do that because
I don't know if they're doing it oral or what.
well, if it says oral,
It's intended to target white spot syndrome.
oh sure, yeah. Look. Here's the issue on the mRNA. These retards are going to put it in all vaccines. As a matter of fact, and we've heard that a while back. Can't remember the doctor's name offhand. Merrick, maybe Merrick, Dr. Merrick.
McCool?
No, not McCollum. I think it was Merrick. Said that they're going to make all vaccines mRNA. So, you know, that's unfortunate. So stay away from them. I mean, that's all you can do is just avoid them like the plague because that's literally what it is.
Evidently, they've been doing this in areas for pork since 2018.
Jeez, they pork. So your CAFO pork is trash anyways. Confined feed operations, you know, where they throw them in a concrete building with a metal roof. That's all around where we live in Indiana. Down here in Alabama, it's a lot of Tyson stuff. They do it with chickens. A very piss poor life for an animal, very unhealthy. When you're eating unhealthy food, guess what? That's going to transfer right to you. And if they've been giving those guys mRNA vaccines, then avoid it. Go for the pasture raised, been out in the sunlight.
Wild caught is the main thing.
Wild caught
shrimp.
Looking
for on any seafood.
Yep, wild caught shrimp. Now when we were in Belize, there was. Do you remember those big farms out in the ocean? So we were way out in the ocean to do this.
That would be the wild caught.
No, that was the actual farm.
Farming?
Yeah, it was a farm. They had these big floating. They were huge, like these big floating cages out in the ocean. It was out there where it's supposed to have been a coral reef, but that shit was dead. There wasn't any coral reefing going on, but that is where we saw a lot of the farming going. So they are in the ocean, which is great. But the issue is they feed most of those animals corn. You know, like your typical Monsanto corn bullshit, and that's not what fish are supposed to eat. It puts them high in omega-6s. You don't need a lot of omega-6. You need high omega-3s, not omega-6s. So,
and evidently they feed them mRNA.
Yeah, and the farm shrimp, anyways. I mean, come on. Again, they're feeding them corn.
Some information about that because a lot of people might still not know.
Right.
Have found that mRNA and its coded virus is likely passed from an injected human to a non-injected human and to humans who have consumed dairy products or meat from an injected animal. So they're saying that now they're finding that it probably be passed from human to human. So
how are they passing human to human
now?
If any of you have any answers on that you're aware of, comment below.
And then it's an injection of a laboratory-produced substance into humans or livestock that is coded with a particular virus, such as the COVID-19, that produces an immune response against the particular virus.
Man, these guys are trying to get us every which way. They really are.
And they're saying farm-raised seafood is among the most contaminated foods you can eat, and shrimp is often contaminated with antibiotic resistance bacteria as a result. Eat wild.
Exactly. Eat wild. Yeah. And that, that's an issue too, just, being ethical with, how we're collecting all this food.
Well, I feel like we're not going to be able to shop at a grocery store before long.
It seems like.
Because they're doing stuff to produce and to meats, which we don't buy our meat from the store anymore anyway. But,
no, we don't. I mean, we have though, but we always go for organic pasture raised, and Um,
But now
those.
with the fake meat,
Oh yeah, with the fake meat.
it's getting harder to
Look.
buy
With
any.
the fake meat, let's talk about that for a second. Um, these are from cells, immortal cells, humans. Okay, so
We're talking about the lab grown
the
meat.
lab grown meat. So you're not eating beef, you're not eating chicken, you're eating human cells. Okay, that is a godforsaken thing. So you have to reject that, and these companies that are doing this, you have to reject them. And I mean, how are you going to go out and eat a hot dog now? Because my thought process is the first things they're going to put it in is like hot dog, sausage, all these meats that don't have to be a particular shape.
Fast food is probably going to go in
Fast
a lot
food
of
for
fast
sure,
food.
man. Fast food for sure.
Especially the big ones like.
And again, we're saying fast food, and that shit hadn't been food in God knows how long. Maybe when McDonald's first started and they actually had hamburgers. Guys, that is a long ways from being food. I don't know what the hell it is, to be honest with you. They say they've served, how many billions of people have they served now? Are they serving people? Because it says that they've served billions of people. Or does that mean they're serving you or they're serving billions of people? Because it makes me wonder a lot. I mean, hell, there's a lot of missing people. Where the hell are they at? Just saying, man. Hey, I don't know. I could be wrong. Tell me what you think below. Am I crazy or you?
So I wanted to see what you thought about this one. So we have another massive project near a U.S. military base by a Chinese company. So a Chinese-owned electric vehicle battery maker with strong ties to the CCP.
Well, I know that I kind of know an inside story on this.
Can I finish?
Well, you can finish, but when you say a strong connection, okay, so in China, I know this because one of our clients was responsible for building, what is that company? Alcoa. So Alcoa, he designed the whole thing. He was one of our clients, great guy, Robert. He went to China and designed a facilities over there for Alcoa. It's 1 million square feet under roof. So man, every time he'd come back, he had all kinds of great stories. But he said, yeah, obviously it's a communist country. He said, but each little area out there is ran by a family. And of course, that family's for sure a part of the Communist Party, and had been for generations. So whenever they say it's connected to the CCP, it all is. Nothing goes out of that place or nothing happens in that place unless it's directed by these little families. He said it's weird, instead of a state, you've got a territory, and it's ran by this family, and you have to get their permission to do stuff. He said a lot of weird stuff about that country. The food was really weird. He said that people were overly subservient to these local leaders. He said if they were drinking a lot, they would literally crawl to them and in a worshiping fashion. So, yeah, the Chinese thing, man, that is a freaking weird deal. The thing is, they've got a lot of money because we gave them all of our manufacturing. And they steal our technology, and we don't do anything about it. And clearly, these corporations that started here in America are right. They're lockstep with them. And since I said lockstep, look up Operation Lockstep today and read that a little bit. But yeah, now they're building in the Midwest.
They're
big
building
surprise.
In Illinois, Kankakee County, a $2 billion battery plant, $2 billion battery plant near National Guard military base. Mm-hmm. I think he said it was within 15 miles. Goshen Incorporated or Goshen?
Yeah. That's the Kankakee area is really close to where we go up there and fish.
Yeah. So they received approval to build a $2 billion EV battery plant in Montino, around 15 miles from a National Guard Army aviation support facility. And also, so I guess during the past 4 decades, Chinese companies and investors have bought up land in the U.S. as well as purchased major food companies like Smithfield Foods.
Yeah.
The largest pork producer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're all located supposedly close to military bases, which is interesting.
That is weird. That is kind of weird that they're doing that. That's strategic. They play the long game. They really do. Well, you know, that doesn't bother me as much as they've got an electric vehicle battery plant in farm country. And I say farm real loosely because we don't really farm much. We poison the shit out of everything. But so the electric vehicle battery plant, what kind of awesome toxins do you think they're going to put out right there, right around where they're going to plant all your corn and soybeans and wheat? And then it's going to be in your chips. Yeah, so enjoy that stuff on your shelf. Um, you gotta look into what you're eating. So where else we at, babe?
That's all we got. But you have anything good to share, maybe?
Yeah, listen. I mean, we're on these devices all the time. We've actually been on them a little bit this morning, but we did go for a couple mile walk, run, ran up a super steep hill here in the mountains, and did some push-ups and some pull-ups. And I think Gina fell out. She was not having a good day. I think it was too much coffee, and then racing up the hill.
I did it.
That
I
did
just
it.
got
Did her
nauseous
in.
at the
She
end.
got nauseous. But then I did some high step ups on this stool chair. My point is get off your ass. If you can't do much, do something. Honestly, if you did 10 push-ups a day, 10 sit-ups a day, and 10 squats every day, you'd be better off than if you didn't do anything at all. Definitely go on walks. If you honestly should be able to get up from wherever you're at right now, walk 5 miles. No problem. And if you can't do that, that's a problem. So start working towards that. Do a half mile, do a mile, do it on a regular basis. If you can do it daily, great. But you have to take this stuff serious. You really do. Healthcare is not going to a doctor. I promise you. That is not the place to get help. That's the place to get fixed when you fuck yourself up. And I mean like a broken leg or something like that. But health-wise, they can't help you. And definitely now, since the last couple of years, they definitely can't help you. There's a small percentage of physicians that have kind of pulled their heads out of their asses and are aware. And man, some of the other ones, it's just scary, the shit that they require and what they're doing. So do yourself a favor and start taking care of yourself. Get informed. Communicate below, in the comments, try to help each other out. And if you have any questions with us, we'll do what we can to help you out. So with that, I don't know. What else? We all good?
We're good.
All right. I think we're going to cut out. We're going to have a cookout at my buddy's house here in Alabama. It's going to be a good time. Remember, between the lines.
Be the line.
Well, between the lines and be the line.